Hi guys, what's going on? It's Scorpio3 here. Welcome back to another video. How are you guys going? First of all, I really appreciate the love. We are up to 140 something subscribers right now. Super pumped. Thank you guys so much. Today we're doing something totally different once again, and we're going to do a reaction to Facebook, which is now called Meta. Now, obviously calling yourself Meta, it's interesting, but mainly it's based off something that's called a metaverse. If you're not sure what a metaverse is, it's literally like combining real world assets with a digital VR, AR type platform. So if anyone's ever seen Ready Player One, the movie, I think it was a Spielberg movie, not 100% sure about that. But it was an epic movie. Man, I love that movie. But it showed the power of virtual reality, gaming, NFTs to a degree, non-fungible tokens. And it really showed you what the future would look like if you were going to be living outside of your own body and in a digital world where there was no limits on what you can achieve. And the whole idea of this metaverse, according to Facebook, is to try and bring people to an online platform where they can physically interact with people. So it's not just looking at a screen. Now you're actually going to be able to be virtually in a room with someone with avatars, so you can be your own person or you can be whoever you like. And there really is no limit on what you can do. And now, as much as I love technology, as much as I think that like the steps that we're taking with technology are okay to a degree, if this was coming from a stance of decentralization, let's just say that would be a hell of a lot better. Whereas I'm not 100% sure. I mean, Facebook has done some amazing things for society, for civilization, for growth, for businesses, for places where people can connect and reconnect. They certainly have, but there's also been a lot of downfalls with that as well. So we might just kick off. We might watch a little bit of this video first, and yeah, we'll just kick on. And feel free to chuck your comments, what you guys are thinking in the comments below, what you guys feel about it, and I'll start sharing some of my reactions to this as we go along. So it's only short. It's only a 10-minute video. We're not going to watch the whole thing. The whole thing was like, I swear it was an hour. And then it was information overload, to be honest. There was a lot of stuff there that I was like, people will not pick up for the next 5-6 years, probably until this thing's up and running and created. So anyway, let's get into it, guys. Let's do it.
It is time for us to adopt a new company brand to encompass everything that we do. To reflect who we are and what we hope to build, I am proud to announce that starting today, our company is now Meta. Our mission remains the same. It's still about bringing people together. Our apps and their brands, they're not changing either. And we are still the company that designs technology around people.
So obviously, they've changed their name to Meta now. There should be some things to note about this. Obviously, Facebook has had their name dragged through the mud recently with many different court cases, dragged across committees in America. There's also been a lot of things said about it that are starting to tarnish the Facebook name, especially with regards to politics and privacy concerns and working with countries against other countries. And whether it's true or not, who knows? But when you got this much power as what this guy has, or the company has, I should say, you're never going to please everyone to start off with. And it's a very dangerous, powerful position to be in. So changing your name to Meta, to me, that's scary as shit, because changing your name to Meta is like you want to own the metaverse. And the metaverse is people and their movements and what they look at and what they do. So that freaks me out. But it's kind of the same as what Alphabet have done with Google. So Alphabet is the parent company of Google, and I guess YouTube and all the others as well. So they're trying to move away from the face. It seems like they're trying to move away from the Facebook name and create a new name and start afresh, and hopefully they will lose all the bad that comes with the Facebook name. So that's what it feels like, but we'll see. Let's kick on.
Hey, and welcome to Connect. Today, we're going to talk about the metaverse, starting with the most important experience of all, connecting with people. Imagine you put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually, it has things that are only possible virtually, and it has an incredibly inspiring view of whatever you find most beautiful.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear. All right, perfect.
Boy.
Oh, hey, Mark. Hey, what's going on?
Hi.
Mark. What's up, Mark?
Whoa, we're floating in space?
Uh-huh.
Who made this place? It's awesome.
Right? It's from a creator I met in LA.
This place is amazing.
Boz, is that you?
Of course it's me. You know I had to be the robot, man.
I thought I was supposed to.
So one thing that I do love about this concept is opening the world up. The ability for creators to be able to share their passion and share what they've built with the rest of the world. Like if you met someone on the street and they said, hey, I've made this cool castle, I would love to show you. And then you're like, yeah, that'd be cool. And you're like, all right, let's go. And then you just put on a headset and you're there. You know, like to be able to do that across the world even, to connect with people on more than just a screen level, I actually do like that idea. You know, I think that's a massive leap forward in technology, and I think that would be a huge benefit to the world. I think especially for meetings and businesses, in a world where obviously the pervasive sickness is taking its toll on countries and being able to travel. And that's a good thing, but it also is a scary thing. We'll talk a bit more about that as we go on, but we'll just keep checking this out. I think the idea of avatars is sick as well. Being able to express yourself as an individual that way, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. Which you should be able to do in real life too, by the way. And that's the thing. You should be able to do that in real life. You should be able to express who you are, wear whatever you want, do whatever you want, be whoever you are. And in a world that is so orchestrated like today, especially where we are, where I am, in a world where you're losing your freedoms by the day, people are going to navigate towards this type of area, and whether that's a good or bad thing is your own personal opinion. But for me, I'll share that as we go along.
Supposed to be the robot.
Whoa. I knew you were bluffing.
Hey, wait. Where is Naomi?
Let's call her.
Naomi.
Hey, should we deal you in?
Sorry, I'm running late, but you've got to see what we're checking out. There's an artist going around Soho hiding AR pieces for people to find.
3D street art? That's cool.
Send that link over so we can all look at it. This is stunning.
Okay, that is something.
That's awesome.
I love the movement.
Wait, it's disappearing.
This is amazing.
Hold on. I'll tip the artist and they'll extend it.
Wow. Brilliant.
Privacy and safety need to be built.
So that's pretty cool. And to be honest, like the world that we're leading into is a creator's world. There's no doubt about that. Like we're leaning towards a place where having creativity can be extremely profitable for one, but also can create you as a person. Like how creative are you? I think that's fantastic. I mean, that's great for creators. And you see that there, like they showed you the art piece, but then it started to disappear. And then they said, oh, just hang on, I'll just tip the artist, and then they'll give us a bit more longer to look at it. So for creators, this is a massive boon. And I can see why Zuckerberg would like this, because he's a creative himself. So I can see that being a positive for sure.
Built into the metaverse from day one. You'll get to decide when you want to be with other people, when you want to block someone from appearing in your space, or when you want to take a break and teleport to a private bubble to be alone. You're going to be able to bring things from the physical world into the metaverse. Almost any type of media that can be represented digitally, photos, videos, art, music, movies, books, games, you name it. Now, lots of things that are physical today, like screens, will just be able to be holograms in the future. You won't need a physical TV, it'll just be a $1 hologram from some high school kid halfway across the world. And you'll be able to take your items and project them into the physical world as holograms in augmented reality too. One part of this is...
So augmented reality is not as easy as it sounds. Like VR is easier than augmented reality. So when he just talks about, oh, you're just going to grab real everyday life things and put them into augmented reality, it's not quite as simple as that. And he does explain that later on, but VR is easier to create than AR. And I'm not sure of the AR technology right now and how good it actually is, but yeah, VR is easier anyway. But the one thing that they went straight to on this video anyway was the privacy and security. And although he says that you can block whoever you don't want, if you don't want to talk to someone, you can block them, and you can turn off whatever. That's maybe true, and you can do that on Facebook as well, so that's not really a big deal. But what they don't talk about, and this is my biggest concern with this type of stuff, is what he's not saying. Later on, I'm not sure about this video, but in the long version, they showed you how they track your body movements, and how they track, not so much how they track what you look at, but with VR, which is probably what this is going to be based off, VR and AR, they will be able to receive the data of your body movements and also your eye movements, so what you actually look at. And to have all that information, that is going way beyond just going into virtual worlds and talking to other people and doing business deals and all that type of stuff and working from home. Like all that information, I could guarantee, it may not be true, but they do that now. They track all your information right now. Everything you click on, if you stop on a page, that means that you're looking at whatever's on there, and then they know what algorithm to send you and what to send you more of. So like they do all that anyway. And this is the next level of being able to read body movements, eye movements, how you walk around your house, whatever it may be. You know, to me, that's too much information for one company to have over you. And it's great for Meta as a company, because imagine what they'll be able to sell to you then. When they know that what you're looking at, you're attracted to, and where you're moving around your house, and the way you move your arms, and what you point at, what you look at, what takes your interest, the creative spaces you like, all these type of things will be flooded to you like in an NFT marketplace. They'll be like, oh, here's some things that we found that you might like. And you'll be able to physically touch it, pick it up, put it in the place you like, in your Horizon home, which we're about to talk about now. But the opportunity here for Meta or Facebook is huge. And he does openly say it too, but I don't think people understand exactly how much of an effect this is going to have on them. So anyway, we'll keep rolling.
Is Horizon Home, which is our early vision for a home space in the metaverse. Horizon Home is the first thing that you'll see when you put on your Quest headset. Today, there are already a bunch of options to choose from, and in the future, anyone will be able to create one. We've just called it home until now because it's been missing something very important: people. Soon, we're going to be introducing a social version of home, where you can invite your friends to join you as avatars. You'll be able to hang out, watch videos together, and jump into apps together. Then, there is Horizon Worlds, which is where you can build worlds and jump into them with people. Horizon is designed to make it possible for everyone to create, and we're already seeing people build some really interesting experiences, from creating new games together to throwing surprise parties in VR that family and friends around the world can join. Over the last year and a half, a lot of us who work in offices have gone remote. And while I miss seeing the people I work with, I think remote work is here to stay for a lot of people. So we're gonna need better tools to work together. Let's take a look at what working in the metaverse will be like. Imagine if you could be at the office without the commute. You would still have that sense of presence, shared physical space, those chance interactions that make your day all accessible from anywhere. Now imagine that you have your perfect work setup and you can actually do more than you could in your regular work setup. And on top of all that, you can keep wearing your favorite sweatpants. And as we've focused more on work, and frankly, as we've heard your feedback more broadly, we're working on making it so you can log into Quest with an account other than your personal Facebook account. We're starting to test support for work accounts soon, and we're working on making a broader shift here within the next year.
So one thing that turned me off the Quest, and the Quest is the VR headset, if you don't know. They brought out a Quest, I think Quest 2, I think has come out, and that is actually a massive improvement over the first Quest, and the ability to play games and do stuff on that, and even do Facebook Home. I think it actually is a thing now. That's cool, right? But you had to sign up using your Facebook personal account. So everything that you're doing on there is recorded. I don't know if it's recorded, but it's that information gets stored as you go along on Facebook as well. So they literally are tracking you, and you couldn't use the Quest without a Facebook account. So you were literally tied in to using Facebook, and for some reason, if you got kicked off Facebook for whatever reason, or they decided they didn't like you anymore, you couldn't use your Quest. So it's like you've paid $600, $700, $800 Australian, whatever it may be, for a VR headset that you can no longer use because a centralized place has turned you off it. And it was useless. Like you literally couldn't use it at all. So now they're saying that, oh, you know, you don't have to use your personal account. You can create a work account and use a work account. So nothing changes, to be honest. It's still, as far as I can see, you might have a work account, but it's still going to be tied to you. So interesting. Let's go.
I know this is a big deal for a lot of people. Not everyone wants their social media profile linked to all these other experiences, and I get that, especially as the metaverse expands. And I'll share more about that later. But I'm genuinely optimistic about work in the metaverse. We know from the last couple of years that a lot of people can effectively work from anywhere. But hybrid is going to be a lot more complex, when some people are together and others are still remote. So giving everyone the tools to be present, no matter where they are, whether as a hologram sitting next to you in a physical meeting or in a discussion taking place in the metaverse, that's going to be a game changer. I think this could be very positive for our society and economy. Giving people access to jobs in more places, no matter where they live, will be a big deal for spreading opportunity to more people. Dropping our daily commutes will mean less time stuck in traffic and more time doing things that matter. And it'll be good for the environment. We plan to continue.
Now, I do agree with that, totally. I mean, if you don't have to get up, drive 3 hours to get to a city to go to work, be stuck in traffic, if you don't have to do that, I mean, that's a massive boon. If you can work anywhere in the world and be there, augmented AR or augmented reality, if you can do that, that's crazy. That is epic. And it's literally like, it feels like Facebook/Meta is going to try to be taking over pretty much everything that you do, from work to entertainment to your personal life, your house. Yeah, whether you like that or not, is put it down in the comments below of what you think about that.
To either subsidize our devices or sell them at cost to make them available to more people, will continue supporting sideloading.
So that's interesting. He's like, well, how we'll have to keep subsidizing the equipment to get it in everyone's hands. So at the moment, the Quest is that's cheap. The Quest is extremely cheap. When it was a standalone company, the Quest headset VR was really expensive. And then Facebook bought it out, and then all of a sudden they slashed the price of to $400 or $500 less to allow more people to get involved. And that was the lead into this. Now we can see that was the lead into this, because the metaverse has been coming for a long time from the sound of it, and they've been working on it. And we've seen prototypes of AR glasses and stuff like that. They're getting closer. So now they're starting to launch this now. And it's funny how he says, oh, we're going to subsidize the cost to get it in more people's hands so everyone can afford it. But anything that comes free or extremely cheap has a catch. Like Facebook's free, right? And obviously how they get money out of you is by sponsorships, marketing, advertising, people's data. The same as all other, like Samsung, like all other companies. Most of them do the same thing to a degree. So, and we know that now. Google, similar. But just remember that there's always a catch. When someone's trying to give you something for nothing or extremely cheap, just remember that they are farming you somehow. They are getting what they need to become profitable or powerful. Remember that. Let's go.
And linking to PCs, so consumers and developers have choice, rather than forcing them to use the Quest store to find apps or reach customers. And we'll aim to offer developer and creator services with low fees in as many cases as possible, so we can maximize the overall creator economy, while recognizing that to keep investing in this future, we'll need to keep some fees higher for some period to make sure that we don't lose too much money on this program overall. After all, while a growing number of developers are already profitable, we expect to invest many billions of dollars for years to come before the metaverse reaches scale. Today, we're introducing the Presence platform, which is...
So I think he just said there's going to be a fee to use it. Let me just listen to that again.
Too much money on this program overall.
Hang on.
Aim to offer developer and creator services with low fees in as many cases as possible, so we can maximize the overall creator economy, while recognizing that to keep investing in this future, we'll need to keep some fees higher for some period to make sure that we don't lose too much money on this program overall. After all, while a growing number of developers are already profitable, we expect to invest many billions of dollars for years to come before the metaverse reaches scale. Today, we're introducing the Presence platform, which is a broad range of machine perception and AI capabilities that empower developers to build mixed reality experiences on Quest 2. You want to tell us more about the Presence platform?
Yeah, we've said before that realistic presence is the key to feeling connected in the metaverse. And the Presence platform's capabilities are what's going to deliver on that promise. Things like environmental understanding, content placement and persistence, voice interaction, standardized hand interactions. In fact, let's start with hands. I mean, the human hand is an engineering marvel, and bringing hands into VR was no easy feat.
So this is when I talk about them tracking your movements.
It required a lot of collaboration against product, design, research, but we continue to improve that product, finding new ways to navigate with gestures and interact with VR. So today, we're introducing the Interaction SDK, a library of modular components that will make it easy to add hand interactions to your apps.
That's pretty exciting.
But next year, we are releasing a new product that will push the boundaries of VR even further. We've codenamed it Project Cambria.
So this isn't the next Quest. It's going to be compatible with Quest, but Cambria will be a completely new, advanced, and high-end product, and it'll be at the higher end of the price spectrum too. Our plan here is to keep building out this product line to release our most advanced technology before we can hit the price points that we target with Quest. All right, so let's talk about some of the new advances here.
Yeah, sure. There's a ton of new tech going into Cambria. For example, your avatar will be able to make natural eye contact and reflect your facial.
So this is where they go to upsell you, right? So from what he just said, they're going to bring out this Cambria first as a more expensive option for people to get involved with the metaverse, right? Bring this out first to raise some money, but this is going to be more high end, so you're going to get all these features, and then they'll make it available on the Quest, because the Quest is not as high tech as this Cambria. So yeah, it's going to be like, well, if you want to get involved with the metaverse and you want to have all these extra features, you're going to have to do this first. You're going to have to go this path. You're going to have to spend a fair bit of money on this Cambria project, but we'll check it. This is kind of the virtue signaling slash this is what we're going to do to get your wallets ready.
Facial expressions in real time. This way, people you're interacting with will have a real sense of how you're actually feeling.
And they're tracking your face movements to see how you're feeling, so other people can see how you're feeling. But also, Facebook will be clued into this, or Meta will be cued into this. So they will be able to read your emotions depending on what's happening to figure out how people react at certain times. On the fly. I shudder to think where this is going to go.
It does mean building more sensors into a form factor that's comfortable to wear for a while. And because we want VR to be for everyone, we also have to make sure avatars represent a diverse set of human facial features and skin tones, as well as paying attention to things like glasses and beards that might get in the way of some of the sensors.
So that's going to be a big step forward for social presence, and I'm really glad that we're focused on making it inclusive from the start. Now, what about unlocking more mixed reality experiences? I mean, imagine working at your virtual desk with multiple screens while seeing your real desk so clearly that you can pick up a pen and write notes without taking your headset off. Or, you're doing a workout with a virtual instructor in your living room.
It's going to be so cool. We're already seeing the potentials of these kinds of experiences today as people are building for our pass-through API. But with Cambria, we'll be taking this to the next level with high-resolution, colored, mixed reality pass-through. We essentially combine an array of sensors with reconstruction algorithms to represent your physical world in the headset with a sense of depth and perspective.
But the ultimate goal here is true augmented reality glasses, and we've been working on that too. And today, I want to show you an experience that we've been working on for Project Nazare, which is the codename for our first full augmented reality glasses. Here, you'll see you're chatting with friends on WhatsApp and planning a game night. You can select a game, and then, as you walk over to your kitchen, you can easily just put your game onto the table and you're off. And that's the kind of experience that augmented reality will unlock. There's a lot of technical work to get this form factor and experience right. We have to fit hologram displays, projectors, batteries, radios, custom silicon chips, cameras, speakers, sensors to map the world around you, and more into glasses that are about 5 millimeters thick. So we still have a ways to go with Nazare, but we are making good progress.
Right. So that was pretty much just a brief rundown, but if you wanted to watch the whole thing, feel free. You'll be brain fried by the end of it, but that is pretty much the breakdown. So augmented reality, what he was just talking about, is very difficult to do. It'll be very interesting to see what they can do with that. But I think as a final say for now, at this point in time, of what I think about this is, I've seen Ready Player One. I love the movie. I love the idea behind that. I love the idea of being able to be free, to being able to explore, create yourself, recreate yourself, meet a range of people, work from home, have the true virtual reality experience. Man, I think that would be sick. I think that would be, no doubt, that's massive. I love the concept of this. I love the technology behind it. I think it's great. The biggest thing that scares me among all of it is Meta/Facebook having all this data, having all this information. It's bad enough with Facebook. I mean, with Facebook, we virtually give them all the information they need. We think it's entertainment and we think it's great to be able to connect with our friends, and we're happy to give that information up for that. But what a lot of people are figuring out now is that that information can be used for harm, not just good. So it's going to be entertainment. Is the entertainment going to be worth the security risk? Is it going to be worth giving out all your personal information, how your face moves, how your hands move, how you feel? Do you want to give a centralized place all that information? For me, no. I think there's better options out there which are going to take longer to create. If it was me and I was looking at connecting with something like this, it would have to be decentralized. It would have to be, if you've ever looked at Decentraland, have a look at that. You can go in there for free, I'm pretty sure, and just experience it yourself. That is kind of similar to what we were just looking at. It can be done there, and all your information is your own. It is on a public blockchain for everyone to see, but no one can remove it, take it. No one's in control of it except you, essentially. So the thing that scares me is that is centralized. That is going to be centralized. It's going to be Facebook's baby, Meta's baby, and everything. All your information is going to be stored at a centralized place, and that's already bad enough in my eyes anyway. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think down below. He said something about, in the long version, he said something about playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in VR. And you're like, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be something that I'd love to do. I get that, but I don't think that the privacy and the security and all the information is worth it. Definitely not at this stage. If it was decentralized, 100% I'd be in. 100%. I'd go buy a VR set. I'd set it all up in here. I'd be ready to go, and pretty damn excited about it too. But at the moment, not with Facebook or Meta's name attached to it. No way. But that's just my opinion. We're all open to our opinions. You may love it. You may want to get involved. You don't care about the tracking side, and that's cool. Yeah, well, each to our own. But yeah, that's my take. Feel free to put your take in below. Thank you guys for taking time to watch this. I hope you found it of value, and I will talk to you soon. Cheers.